All right, so a word of warning when you're entering your food in MyFitnessPal. There are a lot of incorrect items in there. So you always want to double check the item you're choosing. First thing you want to do is make sure that all of the macros are listed and not just the calories. So to do that, I'm going to go to log and then I'm going to click this ground pork raw. And I'm going to click on the name of the food itself and not the plus sign that's next to it. So I'm going to click on the food and then it's going to come up. Then I'm going to take a look and I'm going to see, okay, the calories are listed, the carbs are listed, fat and protein are all listed. Every once in a while, you'll get an item and it'll have 0 carbs, 0 fat, and 0 protein. And that's because someone entered it into the database and they were just caring about calories. They weren't caring about macros. But we want to make sure we're looking at the macros and adding those up too. So just make sure those are there before you select that item. The other thing is to make sure you're being realistic. Don't just pick the first item that you see, but look at all the options and pick one of the ones that's in the middle, omitting the outliers. So for example, say I'm going to out to eat and I'm tracking like a chicken curry and I'm pulling that up. I want to look, and I'm going to click show more results. I'm going to look at all of the items and I'm going to see, the range of calories that are there. And then I'm going to pick something that's like kind of in the middle. So I'm going to take out the major outliers and then I'm going to of like too high calories or too low calories and pick something in the middle. And that's probably the one that's going to be the most accurate. Also, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So say, for example, there's sometimes where I had a client for once track a piece of pizza that was 100 calories. And, a piece of pizza just really isn't 100 calories. And so be realistic about the item that you're choosing. I saw here in the chocolate cake, for example, I'm going to show more results. And we have like here a chocolate cake with icing that's about 400 calories for a regular piece. And that's probably correct. But if I scroll down, I see one down here that says chocolate cake. If you look right in the middle of the screen, chocolate cake, 100 calories for one slice. That is probably underestimated and going to throw your results off because it's not going to be accurate. A couple other ones that I see often wrong are fries. So when people search for fries, one of the ones that comes up is a cup of 110 calories, and we see that green check mark, so we think it's probably correct. But this is not a packed cup of fries. This is a very loosely measured cup of fries, and so that's probably going to be less than what you actually ate. So what I think in this situation that can be helpful is to use a chain restaurant or a fast food place that you can visualize the size of. So for example, I'm going to go McDonald's, fries, and here we have like a medium fries that comes up that's 330 calories. That's going to be realistic. That's probably more in line with the portion that you're having. So you can take a look at that. Another thing to know is that there are a lot of off entries for cooked rice in MyFitnessPal for some reason. So one thing that it might be helpful to maybe learn and memorize is that a cup of cooked rice or another grain is about 45 to 50 grams of carbs. So if you see a cup listed as 30 grams of carbs, it's probably going to be incorrect. So when I look it up, I'm going to click on, say, for example, this one here, 1 cup of cooked brown rice, 51.7 grams of carbs. That's probably closer to correct versus this 1 cup for 150 grams, which has only 32 grams of carbs. I hope that helps you to know what to look out for.